What's up, guys? MrGimms back again for another Deadby. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Alright, today we're going to do the same thing we always do. Go through the cringy, go through the interesting, go through the sad. It's all the emotions conglomerated into one area on the forums, and it's always going to be interesting, isn't it? Guys, if you enjoy Deadby and you want to see more, please show us some support, like, share and subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your nan, whoever you think might be interested. Also, you can submit your own Deadby submissions in my Discord. All the links in the description. I hope to see some fresh ones soon. But anyway, guys, let's get into it. Roll the intro.
Leave your entries in the forums below, and I'll read your opinions in the next episode of Deadby.
Alright, the new MMR is amazing. Amazing. Okay, fair enough. I don't know exactly what changed. I think it's grade-based. But dude, it's so effing good. The game felt amazing. Keep it up. Okay, it's interesting results. This is the normal skill-based matchmaking. All tests are over. What date was this? 10:30 a.m. Was that today? The tests weren't happening today. It's just gone. That's just the normal MMR, dude. What? It's 100% not. I have 2k hours and it's definitely not the same. I got survivors with green perks. I was winning the majority of games without gen defenses, and on Survivor, if my team was great. Okay. I just stopped playing because I got 2 nurses in a row. Ooh, no. Okay, fair enough. And yeah, here's the tweet. With all that, the matchmaking tests have concluded. We'll be sharing our findings in a blog post in the coming week. Will we now? That's interesting. They don't share everything though. I think that's pretty much known by everyone. I know the tests are over. I'm not referring to today's tests. It got shadow changed because they want to see the change, if the change is remarkable. Well, yeah, that's just a dude saying that it's been shadow changed with no evidence. 100% during the test, things were being changed. It was grade based. You know, we're all in school still. It was definitely grade based on the last day, I think. Maybe the second to last day as well. But yeah, you're just a dude in a room spouting off shit with no evidence. It definitely is. It's finished. You're back to normal skill-based matchmaking now. I'm not saying that they never do shadow changes, because they certainly have done in the past and they've been caught out on it. But I guess we need to find out more about this. But what do you think, guys? Did you think the tests were amazing? Do you think the new skill-based matchmaking is amazing? I don't know. Sorry guys, it's just Mandy. We have not made any changes to the original MMR. The tests ended and the data has to be analyzed to see if its further tests are required, changes made, etc. The current MMR is exactly the same as it was before the test started, and when it was switched off during the tests, nothing has changed. Yeah, it's gone back to the same. Yeah, it's pretty much. We'll be doing a blog post shortly and we'll have all the answers to these questions and explain exactly what was tested. I certainly hope you guys do follow up with that, because you guys are, you know, bad at doing that. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but this made me giggle. Have you seen cheese? Looking for cheese. Cheese. Okay. For what it's worth, cheese died first. Oh, poor little Fang. Oh yeah, it's funny, I guess. Rework Decisive Strike. Holy shit, that's old school. Ah man, the good old days where DS was just the only thing the forums ever talked about. DS can be improved. I've got a reflection about it. The fuck is a reflection? The target of DS perk is to counter tunneling, right? Correct. The tunneling is useful, especially at the beginning of the game. Okay. To remove one survivor as soon as possible, right? Yeah, okay, now I get it. Yeah, I should have finished reading the sentence first. Yeah, statistically, I guess, but yeah. The DS at the end of the game, when there are 1-2 survivors left alive, sometimes is annoying, because the killer leave the survivor in dying state and no one help him, right? If killer want tunneling, usually DS is not enough. The most of the times the killer hook the survivor also after DS and tunnel him, right? Okay, I'm following. So what if DS stun for 7 seconds? and the survivor doesn't drop blood or scratch marks for the same time, and DS deactivated if there are only 2 or 1 survivors alive. Yeah, I see what you're doing. You've changed a couple parameters there, and I think you've kind of done it like, I don't know what this is. You've done it evenly, I think, on both sides, but I don't think that'll change anything. If a killer wants to tunnel, he'll tunnel. You know what I mean? DS will will prolong the chase. But if they want to tunnel, they're just going to tunnel. If they find someone that they want to kill and they want to kill that person, they'll keep going for that person. And they won't give a shit about the gens being done. They'll just go for that person. Do you know what I mean? And that's where the counterplay plays into effect. Because if they do that, the gens can just be constantly popping. And then, you know, at the end of the day, he might just get 1 kill. You know, it might be boring for the one player. But if you're good enough at the game, you'll be able to loop him for the long enough time that it's going to make his experience negative as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, every game's not going to be a winner, man. You can't expect that in any online video game. Yeah, no thanks. It doesn't need buffed. I mean, I don't even know if that's so much of a buff. He's kind of nerfed it in other areas as well. Deactivates with 2 people left. That's pretty big as well. 7 seconds is ridiculous. I don't mind the no scratch marks or blood trails for like 7 seconds, maybe 5 seconds after the DS takes effect. I don't think that's too bad at all. I actually don't think that's bad. It's not too bad. Do Bones. DS is fine as it is. No changes needed. What the fuck did Bones have to do with it? Ah, Sluzzy. Killers should stop expecting easy 4Ks every match. I don't. I always take it personally with him. It's like he's talking to me. I know he's not. He's talking to everyone. But the threads about Killer being unfun and weak is getting old. Do you know what's getting fucking old, dude? You're getting old. You're getting old and very boring. Yeah? You see this sleeve? You see this? It's wearing thin. Idiot. There has been 6 years of constant and unrelenting survivor nerfs. Jesus Christ, man. Unrelenting survivor. Fucking moron. To the extent that experienced killers practically never lose now because the game is so broken in favor of killer. If you're not winning, all that can be said is get good, stop crying to behavior, and make the game easy for you. Survivors are practically spawning in the dying state as we speak. I can't even make this shit up. This guy's such an idiot. Spawning in the dying state as we speak. Have you ever come into a game before, like, and it's just about to start, does the rotation cam, and you just go, bah! Can you imagine? Bah! Just like every single character on the floor. And lastly, if you think Killer is hard, please play solo matches. You'll experience the hardest, most unfair, and most impossible thing in any video game. Wow. Survivors are extremely disadvantaged, and this is why the game is losing its momentum. It is definitely because killers are weak. Again, I'm going to talk to you like I talk to an idiot with no experience in anything with what they're talking about. I understand you're a solo player now, Sluzzy, because you have no friends, and that makes because you have no friends, and that makes sense to me. It totally does. I can imagine being on comms and listening to you. In fact, I would love to be there one night just to hear what you're like, but I imagine it's somewhat like this. You are so delusional to think that solo survivor is the only hard mode. Killer at top level against survivor friends, cream of the crop, all the trimmings is also very, very, very hard. I'm not saying solo survivor isn't. You mostly get potatoes all the time. I feel you. I'm right there with you. But at the end of the day, on the other end of the spectrum, which is something that you always fail to read the room, because you never read the room, those kinds of things are happening. People are getting their asses kicked by survivor friends, cream of the crop, all the trimmings, all that shit. And you just ignore that side. You ignore that side of the argument with some bullshit blanket statement like spawning and dying as we speak. Just imagine right now, guys, telepathically imagining people playing Dead by Daylight around the world and they're spawning in the dying state. Beautiful. Oh, Sluzzy, what would we do without your truth-telling? Thanks for opening our eyes. Sluzzy, you will never change, and I've always thought that you're like 14, but, you know, it's been 6 years that I've thought that, so you'd be at least in your early 20s. This is really sad, man. I think maybe you're just a little bit of an idiot.
Greetings, Dark Gatherer. It's time for my next riddle. With black lung, men are working. Groaning misery all over. For these men, there will be no shelter. Do you know the answer? I do. We are waiting.
If raising the BP limit way above 1 million is too much to ask, I mean, didn't they talk about that? Can we have at least a faster way to spend it? E.g., example, instant activation of a node in the blood web. Yeah, that'd be really cool rather than doing that stupid circle thing that takes 78 years. I've just spent several minutes burning BP to go back to a bit below 900k, and it's exactly how I want to spend my game time. I'm probably not the only one. Yeah, you're not. It's really stupid. It should be faster. Last Q&A, they heavily implied that they were going to raise the limit. Yes, yeah, that's where I've heard it. Why has it taken so long? Behavior interactive reasons. Exactly. No idea. Hopefully this comes in with anniversary. Nerf Blight ASAP. Holy shit, guys. How many nerf Blight? I wonder how many forum posts have been made about nerfing the Blight or the nurse or the spirit. Or Bubba. Or anyone. Fucking hell. Holy shit. This is all caps, by the way. Just in case we're not, you know. A lot of exclamation marks too. Like, too many. The importance level on the exclamation marks need to come right down, guys. Sorry. Holy shit, Blight is super overpowered with that corner 180 degree hit. Okay, can you please nerf that 180 corner hit? It's total garbage mechanic and fully overpowered. It seems like an exploit. Please change ASAP. It is an exploit. He is not intended to be able to perform such a move exactly as the 180 Oni strike, which was nerfed already as well. Had a rough time with Blight, eh? Alchemist Ring? Sure. Base kit? Nah, his exploits were removed anyway, unless players have found a way to lag flick. No, players can still up their DPI and sensitivity to get more of a flick over to be able to do an easier hit, I guess. They've removed a lot of his problems, but they're still, I think Blight is fine. I think people need to chill the fuck out. You still have a mind game with the Blight. You can still avoid him. Really god tier Blights are going to be really hard though, but yeah. Yeah, no, you most likely faced against a good Blight player. Anytime a survivor gets beaten by a killer, they complain about it being OP. Yeah, a lot of people do. Not everyone. Chill out. Because they want an easy game and not actually think, how should I avoid being killed instead of running around. People complain about Twins, like, really? Yeah, I mean, I don't think Twins is fun to play against because of the way that she's designed to play the game in her favor. But, people who say that she's OP or whatever is just like... Christ. 4-stack Survivor Friends on comms. The reason why it is so broken beyond belief. This is interesting. I was oblivious for a long time, but got friends. But I acquired some friends who were playing DBD like a job and invited me into their stack. I am not even that good of Survivor. The level of information I got was insane, like knowing where the killer is almost all the time. So the 3 can do gens without problems while the other is chased. And when the killer leaves you, you get information where he's heading and can prepare in advance, etc. Frankly, Survivor Friends on comms equals every information perk equipped on survivors. Yes, it does. It bypasses everything, 100%. The only time we lost against a God Nurse and Blight with strongest add-ons, but even the Blight case, 2 survivors made it out. In others' case, 3-4 survivors escaping was the standard. Again and again, most of the killers can't do anything. The game is so against killers, it's just insane. Mad respect for killer mates for putting up with this. I appreciate that. You seem like a level-headed person as well. You almost feel an unbeatable god in Survivor Friends, 4-man Survivor Friends. About 50% of the killer just gave up and went AFK or DC'd. It's really funny. As Survivor, you are the killer. Nice. And you can't help but want to bully the killer when in a 4-man Survivor Friend. Again, this guy's post is absolutely amazing because it harkens back to so much things I've said in the past when you're playing and you are a good survivor, even like a mid-range survivor in a 4-man survivor friends, it's 4 killers versus 1 survivor. That's how it feels. The level of power that you feel in a group like that is unprecedented. You don't get that feeling when you play killer. Not all the time. And the last thing he said was, you want to bully the killer. Why is he saying that? Is because it's pack mentality. You're with your friends. You want to look cool in front of your friends. So you're going to make fun of the person that you don't really have any feelings for or don't care about, which is the killer in this case. So you abuse the killer just to, sort of cater to your ego and have a laugh with your friends. It's all at the expense of that killer. And I always feel sorry for that player. I always do. I'm not here saying the survivors don't cop the shit. They certainly do. But it's a pretty gang up, terrible environment for killers sometimes, I'll say. I'd like to also say, Piru Luck, thank you for your honesty. It's a really good post, this one, to end on. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for us for this week at Deadby. I hope you guys did enjoy. I really enjoyed reading some of the posts this week. That last one was really well written, and it just seemed like you were getting a like-minded individual who understands the game and is just trying things on the other side just to sort of get a better understanding of the overall product. It's really good things to see. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, have a good weekend, guys.